Okay, welcome back to Northstar FM 92.1. Wherever you are still doing the monitoring, we say a lovely good morning to you and many thanks for always being part of this program. It's the morning show program, of course, it's the Monday edition. Today we are having an exclusive interview with the Resource Center right here in the Northern region. They are coming to tell us something about persons living with disability. If you don't know who they are, if you don't know who a person living with disability is, you'll be educated on that. You'll also be educated on what they have done so far as helping people living with disability is concerned, and also what challenges have they faced, what are some of the significant support they have for persons living with disability, and what activities have they done so far in the Tamale metropolis. And I have here with me Mr. Muhammad Abbas, he's a volunteer. That's Mr. Muhammad Abbas, who is from the International Service Resource Center for Persons with Disabilities. We have Johnny Fowle, he's also here from the Northern Region Resource Center for Persons with Disabilities, and Suleiman Abdul Summit. Yes, if I get it right, he's a center manager, and they are doing the talking with me, Abubakar Sadiq Suleimana, with support from Kadiago, Abubakar Salam, and Patience. Now, let me cross over Studio B and introduce my guests for discussion. Good morning, gentlemen and women.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning. In fact, I don't know who is, but I think you can just introduce yourselves to me.
Yeah, my name is Suleiman Abdul Samad.
Abdul Samad, okay.
Northern Regional Resource Center for Persons with Disabilities.
Okay, and to you?
My name is Muhammad Abbas.
Muhammad Abbas.
I'm a volunteer working with the International Service.
Okay, to my white friend.
And my name is Johnny Fowle, and I'm the team leader of the International Service Volunteers based at the Resource Center.
Okay, you are welcome.
Thank you.
And I think this is your first time being in our studios.
It is indeed.
Yes, okay. Many thanks for coming. We do appreciate. I think gentlemen and women at the back, you just say good morning to you because we can't do the introduction. Maybe later on in the program, we'll let your guys do the introduction for us. We are coming to talk about persons living with disabilities, but before we start that, somebody might ask, who is a person living with disability? Should I start with the manager?
Thank you very much. When we are to talk about persons with disability, person disability can be defined as a functional limitation of human body, and that's blind. We have physical disability, and we have visual impairment, and these people are categorized as a disabled persons, as I can briefly said.
So these are the people we can categorize as persons with disabilities. Now let's look at your center for now. You have been in existence. What have you been doing? What are the projects you've bring on board as far as persons with disabilities are concerned?
Thank you very much. As far as the resource center is concerned, if I'm going to be straightforward, we are working in terms of bringing disabled people together within the region. And we also give information about people with disability, and we receive information about persons with disability. So generally, the resource center is information center for persons with disability. We have meeting venue for meeting rooms and other places. And then we also try to work in terms of capacity building, advocacy, awareness creation. Like the day of 3rd December will be International Day for Persons with Disability. It's a worldwide celebration.
And I hope you'll be marking it in the Northern region. Okay, I'll get back to you again. Let me go to my brother in the middle. He will tell me what work have you been doing so far as the center is concerned.
Actually, we've been there for like 4 weeks, working with the International Service in collaboration with Resource Center for Persons with Disabilities. Actually, the activities we intend to undertake include sensitization, which is what we are currently doing. We also want to design a website to publicize the resource center, activities.
You are still in the process of designing it?
Yeah, we are still in the process, and very soon we'll be done with that. We also intend to carry out a documentary that will, we want to encourage the disabled persons and also people who are not disabled, for them to know the potentials of disability, people living with disability. We also want to touch on grants and potential partners And I believe and I hope you want to be part of us.
Okay.
Want to partner with the resource center so
No
that we can
problem.
carry out our
My
projects.
doors are gladly opened for you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go to my right friend who will be telling me what have been the challenge. If you are coming out with something, of course, whilst you are looking at the future, the results, you should be looking at challenges you encounter. What has been the challenge in the resource center? Yes.
One of the challenges I think we're facing at the moment is funding and getting funding for our projects.
Okay.
So we're looking at potentially trying to partner with overseas resource centres and trying to get some of the resources from there, and also information sharing as well.
Okay.
Some challenges as well, like in the office, our internet connection's very slow, so we can't always get the work done that we want to get done. So things like doing the
That's our
website can be
network,
quite
yeah.
hard. Also, there's been a few power cuts as well recently. But yeah, I think funding's the main sort of issue at the moment.
So what have you been doing to make sure that this funding, although it will not be a major challenge to the resource center?
So I say again?
What are you doing, the resource center? What measures are you putting in place to make funding not a major problem to the center?
I think
what we are doing basically is we are going to do some fundraising, and we are going to talk to general public, not only international community, but local community will also be contacted for the fundraising, so that together we can put some educational fund for persons with disabilities.
Talking about putting some fund for them, what is the support the center is giving out to these people?
Basically, we give capacity building and also host their meetings and other. When you come and take a look at it, we have 4 main organizations that form the resource center. That's Ghana Association of the Blind, that's Ghana Blind Union, and Ghana Society of Physical Disabled, and then Association of Parents and Guardians of Children with Disability. We also have Ghana National Association of the Deaf. So we have come together to form the resource center.
Wow.
So this funding that we are talking about is going to assist them to get to educational ladder.
Wow, that's great. Let me go to Hamid. Samid, can you tell me, as far as this is concerned, we are talking about people living with disability. What are some of the activities in our society which are suitable to these people?
Yeah, I think disabled persons are engaged in a lot of activities. For instance, you find them in sports. We call it para sports or para Olympic, which is very common these days. We also have some of them into our top positions, that's in terms of political offices. For instance, you have Dr. Seydou Dana, who is currently the Minister for Culture and Chieftaincy. And we also have a lot of disabled people who are occupying positions. So what we intend doing with this sensitization program, as I mentioned earlier on, is to encourage our brothers and sisters who are disabled that their disability is not inability. They can actually go further and even do better than people who are not disabled.
Most of these people are being stigmatized, and they are left out of issues they could have helped in so that the nation will develop. What do you have for people and the behavior towards persons with disabilities? You, Fal.
So through the sensitization campaign, we're trying to combat that stigma. So we're going to be visiting schools within the Tamale metropolis, and we're telling children and also teachers there like not to stigmatize, and we're promoting the para sports, and we're saying that if they have got symptoms, for example, cataracts or glaucoma, go to a doctor rather than a witch doctor, and not to stigmatise. And hopefully, through promoting the para sports, people see that disability is not inability, and that you can do anything that you want to do, and you can achieve what you want to achieve as well. And also, we're seeking to organise a teachers' workshop as well, and through that, promoting to the teachers what they can do differently in their classrooms, so how they can differentiate for children with physical disabilities as well.
Wow, that's great effort. Let's still dwell with that. Manager here, can you just elaborate more as far as what he has said is concerned?
Taking a look about stigma, this is a very big problem that we face in our communities.
Yes,
because we are not people don't invite us into their wedding ceremonies, and then even adults and other things, even community debates. But we are appealing to the general public and the society, especially the Northerners, to make sure that whatever they are doing, they should consult us. So together we can also
talking about people. It's not only the people who are
sometimes we also because we give counsel to our members. We always encourage our members to join the movement.
The government has not also been helping as far as persons with disabilities.
You take a look at the government. Before the government will come in, it will take a long process. That's why I didn't touch government here, because government has passed a law, a bill, Disability Act 715. But when you take a look at it, it doesn't work the way it's supposed to work. Well, people even they give since 2006. Government said that they give auditorium of 10 years. Every house, home should be accessible for persons with disability. Every public building,
seriously,
including but go and see the kind of building people are putting in the society. It's not suitable for disabled people. You see, go to the schools. There's no ramps. There's no way the disabled person can wheel his wheelchair to the place. So government. One government says that because we have to target the community, because they are the problem. Because they give birth to us, and they should take care of our needs. Take care of our needs first before anybody comes in. The government can propose it because the law is there. If they don't do it, we will take them to court. We'll do this. We'll do that.
Now, some of your members' funds are being used for assembly meetings and transporting people to come and welcome vice presidents.
This is very pathetic issue. This is a very pathetic issue you are asking to. You want me to talk about it?
Seriously, I'm just trying to say your funds are being misappropriated by some government officials. Exactly.
Because the reason is that because they are the signatory, co-signatory to the accounts. Because they mentioned that the money, the fund is ours. The fund is meant for disabled people, but disabled people are not signatory to the fund. You see the problem? It's the coordinating directors and the finance officers. They have actually have hands on it. And this fund, because if they are going to fund to follow the criteria, in fact, they are going to set up all the district assembly are going to set up a fund management committee. But some of the remote districts, they don't know. Even they don't have the guideline even to do that.
And some of them education. I think that if I want to still push you with issues of this, I think we use the whole program and still request for more time, because when persons with disability issues comes, I feel so passionate because when I look at the society, what is happening is so bad, and I think it's high time individuals, society, government, political affiliates, people who hold political offices should come out and support persons with, because when it comes to voting, they are not left out. But when it comes to some of the things, the enjoyment side, they are left out. And I think it's high time we look at that. What are some of the common challenges when we come to some of the issues that cause disability? Mr. Samuel.
I think Fowl mentioned one, cataract. If not treated early, can result to blindness. Yeah, it's one cause. But the superstitious belief that witches or spiritual attacks also cause disability is what we want to debunk. You know, there are so many causes of disability, like the cataracts. We have accidents. We have disorders, like genetic disorders, can also cause disability. You also have acid attack. You know, that's why people find themselves being attacked by people with acid, which can also lead to disability. We also have our footballers or sportsmen who can have serious injury during games, and this can also lead to disability. So basically we are looking at accidents, genetic disorders, also we're talking of sports injuries as well. Yeah, but we want to actually debunk the notion that disability is caused by witchcraft or spiritual attack. That is our main target.
When one is disabled, some people will say you are cursed, and this and that, and because of that you don't have to at least socialize with people, you don't have to attend public programs. And I think your education should go downward. You should target the people in the local communities. These people still have the mind that superstition works, and it's not true. I don't see those things.
As part of our sensitization program, we are targeting rural communities, basically dealing with the schools, and also trying to sensitize teachers and parents as well. You know, there are some children, when they involve themselves in maybe accident or something else, they try to hide it away from their parents, which can later develop to disability. So basically, as part of the sensitization, we'll be talking to children at the basic level and also at the junior high level.
Okay.
And also talking to teachers as well.
Fal, talking about sensitizing people, what would you want the people of Tamale to help you with when it comes to the resource center and also persons living with disabilities?
So people can signpost individuals with physical disabilities to the resource centre, so they can start accessing the services. There's also on Saturday and Sunday mornings from 8 to 11 a.m. at the old stadium, there are sports trainings, so you can do goalball, play wheelchair basketball. So there's that training going on there at the old stadium. So if people in the community know anyone with physical disabilities that are just locked inside their homes, they can signpost to these places. And also just signposting to the resource centre that there are associations available, such as the Ghana Blind Union, the Ghana Association of Physically Disabled, and if you get in touch with Mr. Samed, then he can signpost individuals to those organisations.
Mr. Samed, where is your centre located?
It's located at the new stadium.
In the new stadium.
It's a road linking to Tamasco. Before you get to drop-in, you turn your left, the building is there. This is financed by Regional Coordinating Council and NOPREP, World Bank, and Tamale Metro Assembly.
Your contact details, do you have any contact details?
We have 024 66 10 439 or 020 83 46 033.
So if you want to get in touch with them, if you are listening to this program and you want to know more of the center, 024 66 10 439 is the number to call them, 024 66 10 439 or 0208 346033. Let's talk about the persons with disability, the last issue, the laws that are there to protect them, to govern to protect people living with disabilities. Can you elaborate to us more the law that has to do with the 2006 Person Living with Disabilities Act?
The law has so many components, articles on it. Some of the articles that I will just talk that will enable disabled people to participate. Because first of all, let's look at the homes, how people allocate rooms for their people. I was in one house where they put the disabled person. It was very sympathetic because they allocate the guy by the close to the toilet. That's very unfortunate because the person feels bad because he found out that because he's a disabled person. Every sector, when you look at the even importation, we have a taxation during importation. I can bring vehicle into the country free of charge. I have right to access education. I have right to access health. I have right to access justice. So when you take a look at the disability law, it has so many components. So if we are going to deal with it here, it will take a lot of time before we can deal with that document. Well, it's very voluminous. And because if you want it, you come to the resource center. We'll be able to provide it to you so that you can read it.
So from where you sit, can you say that this act is being looked on? Are people respecting it and obeying it?
No. People even don't care. That's why I'm telling you. They give 10-year auditorium for people to put their houses, just houses, accessible for persons with disability. Even public buildings. They don't remember this. And there's no education about the law.
The Regional Coordinating Council, RCC, in the northern region here, is not persons living with disabilities friendly.
Exactly.
What have you done so far? Have you spoke to the regional minister? And
regional minister is their team. They are even our friends. Sometimes when we want them, they will go there and they come down to meet us. So sometimes they are very friendly, but we still dialogue with them.
Okay.
When you look at the coordinating director, is very friendly, Mr. Lassan.
So what is your
very,
appeal?
very friendly.
What is your appeal to people listening to us? What is your appeal to people listening to us? And if
my appeal is that what we need to do is to make accessibility, to make buildings and other public places accessibility. When you look at the hearing impaired, they have difficulty to access healthcare.
Yeah.
So look at all these things. That's a major problem. So when I start to talk, I try to. So many things are coming to me. So, and I don't want to talk so much on this. This is my first time being in this station.
Yes.
So I have to be very careful. I have to warn myself. So certain things I don't need to say.
You have to say it because people will know what you are feeling inside you, and they will know that it's hurting you.
Go to even Director of Social Welfare. He's living where even people can. He's a man of disabled people. Where they put his building, it's very far. Disabled people cannot climb the place.
Okay.
So sometimes it's normal because this has put 20, 50 years ago. So and he came to meet it like this. So how can he change it? Government didn't provide resources to change all the buildings and to make things accessible. Health is not accessible, especially to deaf people. They find difficult because communication barrier. So we are appealing to the general public and the stakeholders to make sure that they put sign language interpreters at the health centers so that they can communicate to our deaf brothers, so that they can also access, because it's causing a lot of issues to them. But they die often because they can't talk to other service deliverers.
So let me come to Abbas. Abbas, can you just tell me something about persons living with disabilities? How people stigmatize them, how it affects their social life, and of course economic life. How do they find living among people who sometimes victimize them? You just go away. You are not part of us.
Yeah, we are involved in a lot of social activities. Now, when you take let's say entertainment, for instance, you are going to the club and somebody is blind. Possibly, the person cannot go along with you, or the person is even deaf. The person will not even hear what is happening there. Yeah. So they try to disassociate themselves from friends, and they want to live alone because there are so many things they can't do with normal people. Excuse my language. Normal people. So they try to stigmatize themselves or disassociate themselves from people who are able. So what we are trying to do is to try to bring them on board, that everybody is equal. And if you see or if you notice, everyone is born with disability one way or other, and that cannot stop us from being active in our social life. Yeah, so that is what we are trying to do, trying to sensitize them to take part in social issues, sports, having fun, and also going out with people who are able. And that is what we are trying to do right now. And also trying to sensitize them not to disassociate themselves from so many things. It makes them feel very sad, and it makes them feel traumatized, and it could lead to death or serious health conditions.
Let's wrap up with the program's file. What will be your last comments to the listeners in the monitoring across the country?
Just say if you know someone with a physical disability that is shut in their home, isn't accessing services, signpost them to the resource centre. Or if you know someone that is beginning to show symptoms that could turn into a long-term disability, get them to go to a hospital, get themselves checked out. Also, one cause of disability is often preventable illnesses such as polio, so encourage people to actually get those vaccines. They might appear expensive, but 30 CD injection can actually prevent a disability. Also, we are on Facebook as well, so you can like us at the Northern Regional Resource Centre for Persons with Disabilities. And also you can email us at development.rcpwd@gmail.com.
I think that will be your final say before we make leave of you. Thank you very much for passing through file. Let me just continue with you, Abbas. Your final say before we make go.
Actually, we are appealing to corporate bodies and individuals to assist the resource center with funds, either in cash or maybe kind, so that we can sensitize our disabled brothers on the streets, so that they could, move away from begging. Yeah, as I said, disability is not inability.
Yeah.
You can engage yourself in vocational work, creativity as well.
Okay.
So we are appealing to the general public to assist us in any way that they can. Yeah. Also appealing to the government to do more.
Okay.
I know government is doing much, but
in this efforts,
they should continue to assist the disabled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abbas Mahama, for joining us. He's a volunteer. Now let me come to the manager. Your final say and also your remarks. Which people have been helping you so far?
Currently, we have no funders. Currently, we are on our own.
And you are calling for funding?
We are just on our own trying to. But international service is our very close partner.
Okay.
Social welfare is also there. Assembly is also there. Regional coordinating council is also there. And I think these are the people I can count. They are still in our support.
Okay.
Because when we look at whatever we want, we have to talk with regional coordinating council or the assemblies to see how best we can address it together. So.
Okay.
I'm making an appeal to the general public on behalf, because we are intending establishing educational fund for persons with disability.
Wow, that's great.
And these, we need anything that can make this reality.
Okay.
We need anything, only 1,000, 1 CD, whatever. You can contribute to that to support the cause of disabled people.
Okay, thank you very much for passing through. You heard him, he's the manager, of course, for persons with the Disability Resource Center right here in the Northern region. We do appreciate your time spent with us. I think the gentlemen and also the ladies who have also joined, can you just pass through with the microphone? Tell me your name, what you represent, and let's just wrap up with the program. Yes. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Ben Uev and I'm a volunteer for International Service.
Yes, and you are from which country?
I'm from the UK.
Okay, great. Thank you for passing through. And you, my brother?
Hi, I'm Becky. I'm also a UK volunteer with International Service.
Wow, Betty or Becky?
Becky.
Okay, thank you very much for passing through. And also?
I'm Derry Beno, a volunteer with International Service.
And you are in Tamale here?
Yes, I'm a Tamale boy.
Okay, thank you for passing through. Zorekawula. Okay, my brother on the left hand side, yeah.
I'm also Elisha Edukun from Takoradi, but I'm also a UK IC volunteer.
Wow, okay, thank you very much for also passing through. Yes, my sister.
Hi, I'm Alice. I'm also from the UK and I'm working in the Resource Centre for with International Service.
For how long have you been in Ghana?
Sorry?
How long have you been in Ghana?
We've been almost 1 month.
Wow, that's great. I know you can say good morning in Dagmali. That's about. Thank you very much for passing through. Yes, my sister.
Hi, I'm Mohamed Aisha too, from Tamale here. I'm also ICA volunteer.
Thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies, for passing through on the morning show program. You heard them. They are from the Resource Center for Persons Living with Disabilities, and they have given us numbers for you to get in touch with them. In case you are listening to us, you want to know more about them, you have a person with disability, you want the fellow to be entertained, to know more about issues going on, to get support, just let the fellow call these numbers 02466 10439 or 0203 0208 346 033. The number again is 02466 10439 or 0208 346 033. Don't go away. I'm still here with Kadiago. We'll be taking through some of the issues making headlines on the newspapers. My name still remains Abubakar Sadek Suleimana. I'm highly supported here by Patience Now. We'll be right back.